All right, guys. So today we finally get back to looking at a pair of true wireless earbuds. But the pair that we're going to check out today, which is the Noble Audio Focus Rex 5, is not probably going to be for my normal audience. A lot of my audience usually comes here for budget true wireless earbuds. They're looking for really good deals. And the Focus Rex 5 is one of those true wireless earbuds that I think is kind of bridging the gap between audiophiles that are looking for more of an on-the-go earbud without having to kind of like sacrifice what they're used to with IEMs. Because from a design standpoint, the Focus Rex 5 looks a lot like a pair of IEMs. And Noble Audio is a company that a lot of people are very familiar with when it comes to IEMs. They make a lot of custom IEMs. They make some pretty expensive stuff. And the Focus Rex 5 is already going to seem very expensive because it comes in retailing for $449. And if I'm not mistaken, this is probably the most expensive pair of true wireless earbuds that I've covered on the channel. But again, this is bridging that gap between true wireless earbuds and IEMs, where a lot of people are used to spending a lot of money anyway, because not only are people buying the IEMs themselves, they're buying amps. A lot of people are into the higher end audio when it comes to headphones. So again, I don't think this is for the normal consumer market. Now, the body and the case is made from a CNC machined aluminum alloy. It is very cold to the touch when you pick up the case, when you pick up the earbuds. Now, the 5 that is in the name, the Rex 5, actually stands for the 5 drivers that they're using in each earbud. Now, this again is not something we normally see. They're using one dynamic driver, which is a 10mm dynamic driver. They're using a 6mm planar driver. This again is definitely different. And then on top of that, they're using 3 balanced armature drivers. So they're using different drivers to handle the low end, the mids and the highs, to try to keep everything pretty well separated, but something that can focus solely on one frequency makes a huge difference. It doesn't sound as congested or muddy. It gives things a little bit more room to breathe, but we'll talk about that once we get to the sound. Now, as far as some of the tech in here, it does have hybrid active noise canceling. It is using Bluetooth 5.4, so it does support multi-point connection. It does have LDAC playback, so you're getting that high-end Bluetooth codec. It does also support aptX adaptive. The case on these is also a Qi wireless charging case, so you can just drop it on any wireless charger. And it also supports or works with AudioDo or AudioDo. I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but this is a company that solely focuses on sound personalization or customization. So you go through an audio test and it tries to kind of hone in and build an EQ based off what each ear can hear. So the test you go through actually plays some sounds that go in your left ear and then your right ear. You tell it what you can hear and then what you can't. And then again, it just kind of compiles all this. And I actually think this is very, very accurate. It did a really good job with the EQ that it put together for me. There is also some pre-built EQ settings. You can go in and customize the EQ settings the way that you want. But after I went through the test, I did have to go through and kind of, fine tune it a little bit to get it exactly where I wanted it to be. But you do have a lot of customization, and these earbuds do a really good job of responding to EQing, where a lot of earbuds kind of fall flat or there's not really much of a difference between one thing and the next. I never had an issue being able to kind of get exactly what I wanted to with these earbuds. Now, the app as a whole is nothing fancy. I think they definitely need to do some work to kind of polish the app, get it to look a little bit better than it does. It's very simple. It's really just showing you that you can turn your noise canceling on, turn your noise canceling off, or go into your ambient mode, and then it shows you your 10-band equalizer. It shows you the pre-built EQ settings, and it also again takes you through that listening test. And the only other thing that you can really do is make sure your earbuds are updated, and you can switch around controls, but luckily you don't have to. These do use touch controls, and I am happy to say that you have all of your controls right out of the box. And speaking of the box, what you're actually getting inside, you do get a little pouch to keep your case in. You do get 10 different sets of ear tips. Now, there are 3 different styles. It does come with foam ear tips, which is a nice touch. And then you're getting 2 different styles of silicone ear tips. You're just getting the regular silicone ear tips, and then you're getting a double flange style. So again, it's nice that you have all of these different options. And then as far as anything else, it does come with a USB-C cable. But like I said, these do work on any wireless charger, so you don't actually have to use the charging cable anyway. But speaking of charging, battery life is kind of hit or miss for me. Now, I've definitely seen better battery life on a lot of other earbuds, but I haven't seen earbuds use this many drivers when it comes to true wireless earbuds. So these are definitely going to draw more power. If you use them with the noise canceling on, you're only going to get about 5 hours on the earbuds, and I believe about 35 hours using the case, where with the noise canceling off, you can bump it up to about 7 hours on the earbuds and about 40 hours using the case. So nothing, over the top or nothing huge here, but I think most people are going to be happy with that because it is going to get most people through a normal day of use when it comes to earbuds. And then if you do happen to pick them up and they are dead, it does have a fast charging feature where a 15-minute charge will get you about 2 hours of use. So it's nice that you have that just in case your earbuds are dead when you go to use them. Now, speaking of the noise canceling, if you are going to use the noise canceling on these, I do want to point this out, that I do believe that the noise canceling is really good on this pair, but it's not going to be good in comparison to the price tag that's on these. I don't think they're comparable to the Sony or Bose. These are more expensive than the Sony and the Bose, so do keep that in mind. It's going to be fine while traveling as far as blocking out engine noises, but when it comes to people talking, or if you're in an environment where there's like a TV on, you're pretty much going to hear that about the same as you would any other normal pair of earbuds. Now, the ambient mode on this pair, I feel like works very well. The mics picked up my environment and it sounded pretty natural. I didn't feel like there was compression. I didn't hear a whole lot of digital noise, so that was a huge plus because it just kind of made it easy to carry on a conversation without actually having to take the earbuds out. Now, if you are going to use these outdoors, I do want you to keep in mind that this pair does not have an official IP rating. And I don't know if they just didn't want to go through the IP rating to kind of save on the cost, or if they just don't normally think that that's going to be a huge deal. They think most people are going to just use these at home. So again, that's something you might want to keep in mind. But if you're going to use this pair for taking phone calls, I feel like they did a very good job here. I already said the mics do a good job with the ambient noise, and it's really no surprise that it also does a good job of picking up my voice. They're also using the Qualcomm CVC technology, so that it's trying to block out a lot of your surroundings during calls as well. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. So I'm out here testing the mics on the Rex 5. Today is definitely a windy day, and I hear traffic to the right side of me. I can hear the wind because I do have it in transparency mode, but this is just to give you an idea of what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound, because this is where all of your money is going. You are paying for all of the different drivers that these have. You are paying for the tuning that was done to these. And you're also paying for the fact that this is from an audiophile company. This is not just a normal consumer grade earbud. And I've said this before, when it comes to paying for an audio product, I will spend a good amount of money just based off audio alone. And I think that's what this company is, hoping for. They're hoping that audiophiles are looking for that true wireless earbud solution to kind of give them that audiophile type quality on the go and not have to have amps and wires and cables and all of those different things. And for me personally, I think they knocked it out of the park. Again, I think this is the best sounding true wireless earbud that I've tested. I would put them above the Denon Pearl Pro. I would put them above the Bowers & Wilkins PI8s. I'd put it above the AZ80s. Sound is subjective, so it's really going to come down to the person anyway. But what they did with these is really replicate the sound of higher end IEMs. Just something about these sound very, very natural, but again, in a dynamic way. I don't really think that they're going for that like flat or reference approach. Although, again, like I said, you can go in the app and with the EQ settings, you can get them to sound pretty close to neutral. But the way that they're tuned out of the box and the way that it amplified it after I went through my hearing test, the bass is very prominent, it's punchy, but it is very fast. It is not a loose low end, it's not uncontrollable, it doesn't feel like it just comes in and rolls over everything else. The mids on this pair, I feel like just sounds fantastic. Vocalist just has characteristics about them, a lot of detail that, you know, most true wireless earbuds don't normally replicate. And the treble on these have a nice brightness to them. They get like right up to the point of being harsh without being harsh. So you don't have those sibilant sound with S's. You just have a very dynamic sound, in my opinion. A lot of details, a lot of things feel very amped up, but it still feels really well controlled. It doesn't feel sloppy. Again, it doesn't feel like one thing is taking over. It just feels like they're trying to give you as much as possible in an environment that sounds very open, because the sound stage and the sound imaging on these, again, also replicated a lot of IEMs that I've tested. So it left me feeling like I was in a pretty large room, and being able to tell where sounds were coming from, even also being able to tell kind of the distance with instruments, this pair never had any issue with. So my overall opinion is this. Yes, you can go out and you can buy true wireless earbuds that have LDAC support for a lot cheaper. You can go out and buy earbuds that have the smart sensors. This pair doesn't have that. And in this price range, a lot of people are definitely going to expect this. You can go out, spend less money on pairs that have better battery life and even better noise canceling than what these offer. But as it stands right now, from all of the earbuds that I've tested, I don't personally think that you're going to go out and find a better sounding pair of true wireless earbuds. So as it sits, this is my choice. If somebody just said, if money is not an issue, what would be the pair of true wireless earbuds that you would buy just based off sound alone? Because there's something that this pair is doing that does not sound like a pair of true wireless earbuds at all. Again, it sounds like a lot of the higher end equipment that I test on this channel and I've used personally. And again, I think that's impressive. I think what they're able to do here, and this is where audiophiles are not going to mind spending the money because they're used to spending much more than this anyway. But guys, that wraps up my video on the Noble Audio Focus Rex 5. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned.